This video is brought to you by OneFootball, the one and only place to get all your football news. Hey guys, it's Ep8 here, and welcome back to episode 8 of my Napoli career mode. Now in today's episode we've got 3 games to get through. The first match is against Torino. It's an away game for us to play in the league, and then we've got some more matches to play as well to finish off December and go into January next episode, I think. Sampdoria is the next game that we have at the end of the week. That's nearly a week's time, so we do have a little bit of rest in between, followed by another game which is again in about 6 days' time, and it's against Torino, I think is how I pronounce their name, and that is obviously to finish off the month on the 29th. So looking forward to these 3 matches. These sort of games, they're the ones that you should really be winning quite comfortably. Maybe not Torino. Torino are a fairly good team, but certainly the other matches you'd expect us to win. But these seem to be the ones where we can occasionally slip up. We do seem to occasionally do that against some of the lesser teams, if you like. So we'll wait and see how we get on anyway in today's episode. Before we get into things though, if we could try and hit 75 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let's crack on with today's episode. This is the team I'm going to go with for this opening game against Torino. Quite a strong team, as you can tell by this. We've got Kepa starting in goal for us. He's Tonalini, Albion and Guerrero in defence. Then got Zielinski, Jorginho and HAMSIK'S in midfield, and the usual front 3 there as well. Let's crack on with the game, hopefully get ourselves a good 3 points to kick off today's episode. Okay, let's crack on with this game against Torino. Let's see how we get on, try and get ourselves a good victory. Obviously got a strong team out, so we're expected to win this game, but we'll wait to find out exactly how we get on. Hopefully we can get ourselves a victory, but that's a bizarre start. Oh, ball through here to Mertens. He's got more pace than the centre-back. A good chance early on here. Mertens looking for the right finish. Oh, he tried on his left foot. Should have been a right-footed one. Save out the goalkeeper quite easily out for a corner. 7 minutes in. Insigne going to deliver this one in, and he sat out the front post. Couldn't quite do anything. Might still just get there, though, and keep the attack alive here. No, we're giving it away. Chance. Oh, what a save by the keeper. Really good opportunity for Torino. Could have quite easily taken a lead there. Plenty of power behind that shot. Just managed to get a glove to it though, did the keeper. And it's his right glove that he just tips it over the bar. Great save. Out for a corner. So far, 2 good chances, 1 for each team. And we've got to try and defend this corner if we can here. Tonalini should do it. And we have done. Zielinski into HAMSIK'S. HAMSIK'S over to Callahan, looking for a cross into the middle. Punched away well by the goalkeeper. Good play there, though. And nearly found ourselves a good opportunity. Headed back into the box, actually. It's a good chance. Oh, what a finish from Mertens on his left foot. It's a great overhead kick there. It's all come from a poor decision from one of the attackers to head it back into the box. For some reason, no idea why, but we're obviously both going for the ball, and for some reason he manages to flick it back into the box, keep the attack alive for us, and we've managed to eventually get it down to Mertens, who has a great overhead kick there. Look at this. It's their player who heads it back in. We managed to win the next one, and then the overhead kick is absolutely fantastic. On his weaker side as well. The goalkeeper's not going to save that. What a finish. What a way to also open the game as well. Winning the match 1-0. Great finish there from Mertens. Good chance here actually for the opposition, and they've equalised virtually straight from kick-off. It happens so often. I think it's clearly the game's been programmed to do that for some reason, but yeah, it does seem like they've equalised here through Belotti straight after we score. Frustrating, but basically 2 chances for both teams, and we both scored one of them. The other one was pretty close for both teams as well, so it's a fairly level game at the moment. Maybe 1-all's fair, but just feel a little bit annoyed about how it's come about. Mertens now through to HAMSIK'S, who's made a great run. Oh, he's got to get on target there. Oh, he's so close to goal, should do better. Chance here again for Torino, another save by the goalkeeper. So far, they've probably just edged it in terms of shots. It seems to be getting up our end of the pitch more than we're getting up their end of the pitch at the moment, which is a little bit annoying, because we did actually start the game pretty well, but they keep cutting things out like that. Half-time, 1-all. Yeah, I mean, not the greatest of first halves. Quite a balanced first half, to be honest. Torino, obviously, probably just about edging it, I'd say. They've had a few more chances, I think, than us. But still, we have lots of quality ourselves, and for some reason, we just can't seem to get up the pitch as quickly or as many times as I want to. HAMSIK'S over to Mertens, takes a touch, shoots, and that's the goal to put us back in front. Mertens gets his second, it's 2-1, and we're taking the lead. Much better start to the second half than what we did in the end of the first half. Anyway, Torino are very much on top, but now we've managed to regain our lead, get ourselves back in front through Mertens. It's a great finish, low-driven one on his left foot as well, and he's on for a hat-trick now, potentially. Hits the post. Really good chance again for Torino to get themselves an equaliser. We just couldn't win it back that time for some reason. They kept hold of the ball really well, and we're giving away a little bit cheaply here. Again, it seems like every time we seem to get a goal and get ourselves in front, Torino responds, and that's what they're doing at the moment. Oof, had to be saved by the keeper. Nearly puts it in our own goal, and again saved by the goalkeeper, who has kept us in front in this match. Can't believe that from the defender. No idea how it managed to bobble up like that and nearly lob our own goalkeeper for some reason. Let's make some change now. 12 minutes left. forgot to make them, or we just, really, the ball hasn't gone out that many times. All three changes, Milik, Unas, and one of our young centre-backs going to come on in this game. HAMSIK off, Insigne and Zielinski also off as well. Just bringing on one of our younger players to just basically play as a whole midfielder for the final few minutes of this game. Mertens will go play as a centre-attacking mid now with 12 minutes left, and we'll see how we get on for the remaining, like I say, 12 minutes. Got to try and keep our lead, maybe even extend it on the break. Still a chance for Torino. They've equalised, 4 minutes left. That could mean 2 drop points for us, and Torino have got themselves a goal back. Not what we needed to do, especially when Inter Milan are 4 points in front with the game in hand. Although we've got a game in hand over them, so we needed this win obviously to go 1 point behind them, and with 4 minutes left, we've now dropped 2 points, so that means we'll be still 3 points behind them basically, so that is not good news for us. We've got to try and get ourselves back in front now in the small amount of time remaining. That goal's come from nothing. Milik's now playing up front for us as well, which obviously isn't our strongest player, but he's played a ball in here. Unas still has it into Mertens, who's looking for his hat-trick, and that's one of the worst shots he's had. Milik now playing onto Unas. Great chance. No, you can't blow your whistle there, ref. Just getting on the counter-attack. Game finishes 2-2. Frustrating because we've dropped 2 points. That means Inter Milan are starting to get a little bit of a lead over us here. 3 points in front. This could be quite an interesting end to the season actually for us. Obviously we're not quite even at the halfway point yet, but it will certainly be an interesting back end of the season at the way that we're going at the moment. So Torino having more shots than us, so they deserve something from the game. That's certainly what they got there, with obviously the point that they come away with. I just hope that we could have clung on to that 2-1 advantage, but we didn't manage to do it, so we have drawn the game. Feels more like a loss, to be honest, but we'll take the point and move on to the next 2 games. Got to try and win them now to finish off today's episode. Okay, now let's sort out some of the contract situations that we have going on. Gulam here, going to delegate his renewal, just because it takes too much time, really, to go through each individual player. He's currently on 59 grand a week, so we'll give him a small increase. So it starts off at 65 grand, don't go higher than 90 grand. Again, he's got a release clause. We'll negotiate ourselves. Okay, so he wants to be a first-team player. I'm happy to give him, like, 65 grand or whatever. I actually want a 4-year contract. I think he had a 5 before, but I think 4's enough, to be honest. And we don't want a release clause. Let's disregard the release clause. See what they say. And yes, they're happy about that. Okay, wage, we'll just simply go 65 grand. Don't really want to go any other bonuses, ideally. Let's wait and see what they say to that. Okay, so he's happy to take a wage decrease to 49.5, which is obviously nearly 10 grand less than what he's currently on per week. But he wants a signing on bonus and a clean sheets bonus. I mean, yeah, we'll go with that, to be honest. Okay, so as you can see, Inter Milan 3 points in front of us. We do have Roma there, 2 games behind. So that means they could actually get 2 points behind us as well if they were to win both those matches. So things getting pretty tight at the top. It's going to be a very interesting sort of final few months of the season. Like I say, not quite at the halfway point yet, but things will certainly be interesting going into the second half of the season, because Inter Milan at the moment 3 points in front and seem to be in pretty good form. We've got this game against Sampdoria to play next. Hopefully going to get ourselves a victory here, and we'll see what sort of team we'll put out now. Okay, this is the team we're going to go with. Not too many changes, mainly just midfield and defence. To be honest, the front three exactly the same. Marco Rui and Gulam are fullbacks for the game. Koulibaly and Maximovic as well also start as our 2 centre-backs, Diawara and Allen in midfield. This is the bench I've gone with, nothing too drastically changed from normal, to be honest, so we're going to see how we get on with this set of players. Hopefully get ourselves a victory against Sampdoria. Obviously we need to try and do that, given the fact that we dropped points in the last game. They are 5th in the league, they're currently 8 points behind us, so not too much behind us, to be honest, considering they are 5th. But let's see how we get on. Got to win this game. Need 3 points. Also hoping that Inter Milan drop points here, ideally, as well. Okay, then here we go for this game. A very foggy match, this one. Hopefully that won't disrupt things too much. It doesn't seem like it will, but got to get ourselves a victory. That's the most important thing. Let's find out how we get on. Obviously quite a strong team yet again. I'm continuing to put out quite a strong team. The same front three keep starting, so they've got to try and start scoring some more goals, I think, for us here. Obviously Mertens in pretty good form, but need the others to chip in too. Diawara through to Callahan, what a pass. Callahan's running through, he has to score this, and he does, there we go, that's him chipping in inside 13 minutes. It's Callahan who gets the goal to put us in front in this game. Now we've got to keep going more and more goals, because as we saw in the last game, the opposition can respond pretty quickly, so we've got to make sure they don't respond, and make sure to be trying to extend our lead before half time. That's 12 goals now for Callahan. I think that this is the 18th game of the season, so a pretty good return from the right winger. Callahan, ball through to Mertens, great pass. Mertens trying to get beyond the defender, still coming inside. It's not very good defending from him, but it's great defending actually from the fullback. And Insigne now trying to keep the attack alive. I'm just about going to manage to do it. Marco Rui to deliver into the back post and beaten away. Allen running through, shooting and saved by the keeper. Good chance for a second goal before half-time there, but just about managed to put it round the post and out for a corner. Insigne now to Lover. Callahan's in there looking for a flick, but headed away. Half-time winning the game 1-0. Luckily no real response from Sampdoria, but we've not managed to get ourselves a second goal yet, which I'm not too happy about. Need to try and double our lead, ideally, early on in the second half, because obviously, yeah, things can change pretty quickly, so got to try and extend our lead if possible. Insigne picking out Hamsik. Oh, saved again by the goalkeeper. Getting closer. Good start to the second half. We've certainly looked much better. More of a threat in front of goal. Mertens playing it. No, still not offside. Wow. Hamsik with another chance. Another block. Great turn by Allen. Allen off the post. That's the closest we've been so far. Now it's into Hamsik, who's trying to pick out Allen again. And another save. Throwing loads of shots to them. 8 or 9 now in total in this match. And still just remains 1-0. Got to have a few more on target. Maximovic trying to flick it on, but maybe could have just headed it in the back of the net. First two changes, Guerrero and Milik to come on. We're going to give Mertens a rest for once, and also Hamsik as well. Insigne dropping back to a centre-attacking mid-position now. Guerrero plays our left winger. So we'll see how it goes. 30 minutes still to try and double our lead. A little bit worried about the fact that we haven't managed to double our lead just yet. Still looking to try and do that. Hopefully we can, but might have to be on the counter-attack now. Guerrero looking for a cross into the middle. What a ball in. Koulibaly gets there. Gets a hand to it against the keeper. Milik over to Guerrero. Still pushing for that second goal. Can we pull it back to Milik this time? There we have it. Smashes it into the top right-hand corner. I was on about hitting on the counter-attack. It's kind of what we've done there, to be honest. They had a few defenders back, but they couldn't really cope with the numbers we had and the quality we had going forward as well. Always seems to be late on where you double your lead like this, and has happened here when the game's got a little bit more stretched. Milik puts the game to bed, and that is the 3 points for us. Not our most convincing victory, but a victory nevertheless, and obviously puts a little bit more pressure on Inter Milan now to get themselves a result. We'll wait and see in the next few days exactly what does happen in that match, but that is this game over. It's a 2-0 victory. Kept ourselves a clean sheet as well, which is good after obviously the game against Torino, and now we can move on to the final game of today's episode and hopefully get another victory in that game. Let's wait and see how we get on though. Inter Milan also won their game as well, so still 3 points behind, but still an opportunity in the final game to be able to get a little bit closer if they do slip up in their match. Okay, to the final game of today's episode. This is the team I'm going to go with. Not too many drastic changes, to be honest. Guerrero playing as our left back, Makarou is the right back this time round. Jorginho comes in, Albiol too, but the front three, as ever, very, very similar. This is the bench I've gone with. Rob gets on there, which is maybe a little bit unusual, but other than that, nothing too drastic. Let's crack on with this game. Final match of today's episode. Can we get ourselves another 3 points to hopefully put more pressure on Inter Milan if they drop points themselves? Okay, here we go. Final game of today's episode. Let's get ourselves a victory. Let's get ourselves a little bit closer to Inter Milan. They play, I think, tomorrow against Lazio, so you know it could be a tough match, that one potentially. They're at home for the game, so we'll wait and find out anyway whether they do drop some points or not. But I'm hoping for a draw in that game. That'll certainly help us out massively, and that's something that could happen, but we'll wait and find out anyway. We'll focus on getting ourselves a victory in this game and see what happens with Inter Milan. Jorginho now looks to try and start off an attack here into Diawara, who's still got it here. Insigne coming inside to try and shoot, and does, but he gets blocked. Seems like I've got Mertens struggling with an injury here. Hopefully nothing too bad. He's going to cross in, though, for this attack and head it away again. Mertens from range. Put it wide. We might have to take him off, I think, here. Seems like he's struggling a little bit with an injury. We'll change our tactics a little bit. Hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, Unas on, Mertens off inside 20 minutes. Insigne's going to go play as a centre attacking mid. Hamsik has our striker, so we'll see how it goes. I do quite like him in a forward position, and so we'll see how he gets on there. He's played pretty well actually since going at centre attacking mid. We'll make that early change though, maybe a bit over the top to take him off, but we could have maybe seen what would happen with him, but I think I just want to make sure we don't risk it too much. Got ourselves a really good free kick opportunity here, not really too sure why, but we'll take it. It's Insigne, it's a great position. Can we get up and over the wall? No, it's at the wall and over the bar. Callahan looking to Insigne. Insigne! Oh, what a challenge. How has he managed to do that? He was behind Insigne, so I've no idea how he's managed to get his foot in front of that, but it's a hell of a block there from the defender. Insigne was through. It's a really good bit of hold-up play. Insigne makes a great run as well through the middle. We don't really see those sort of runs from him too often when he's out wide, but certainly down the middle looks much better. Can we get a flick on here? Maybe find Jorginho to shoot over the bar. Callahan looking for that pass here. Insigne, Hamsik, that's the goal to put us in front 30 minutes in. It's taken us a little bit of time there, but we've opened them up really nicely. Good bit of play. Hamsik staying in and around the box and playing as a striker in this game, gets himself a goal as well. Good little finish. Fantastic play as well. I think Insigne just plays it off to him and we're winning the game 1-0. 7 goals for Hamsik this season as well. That's a pretty good return. Look for that ball beyond the defence here to Insigne. It's exactly what we had to do. Insigne going for the chip, or couldn't quite manage it. And we nearly managed to get there with Callahan, but it was cleared. Really good opportunity again. Insigne looks so much better down the middle. You see him so much more. And yeah, might have to try him out there a few times more. But obviously Mertens could well be out with an injury as well. So maybe he's got a chance in that position. Insigne going for a curler, and he's found it as well. 2-0. Insigne gets the goal. That's what happens when you play him a little bit deeper. He finds some space in between the defence and midfield, and he's found plenty of space there to get a beautiful curled shot into the back of the net. 2-0 on the stroke of half-time. We've doubled our lead. Exactly what we needed to do as well. You see Jorginho just waiting for the right sort of space to open, and Insigne finds the space. The defence don't get close enough to him, and that player ends up nearly tackling his own player as well there. Two of them went for him, but couldn't get close enough. It's 2-0. The keeper couldn't get there either. Half-time, still won the game 2-0. Really good first half actually from us. Happy to obviously get the second goal as well. Give us a bit more of a lead in front of them. Got to try and continue to add to the scoreline though. Obviously got to make sure we completely confirm this victory and try and get obviously our goals up as well. To try and obviously improve the goal difference a little bit. We'll wait to see how we get on in the second half. Might look to the bench pretty soon if we get a third goal. HAMSIK, what a pass. What a pass here. Unas! Oh, if only he could have finished that one off. It's a great ball from HAMSIK. Just plays it right the way through the defence, and it's a brilliant touch as well. Still couldn't quite manage to get the finish right though. So unlucky, it was after a third goal as early as possible. HAMSIK might still be involved in it. Diawara right to the keeper. HAMSIK, great turn. Got to be a goal. It is. That's his 8th of the season, I think now. 3-0. HAMSIK gets his second, and he's playing well as a striker. He does a good job there. He's obviously got the strength, he's got a little bit of pace about him, he can turn, he can shoot, he can pass, he can pretty much do everything, so it's definitely working there. Inside 10 minutes, got ourselves the third goal. We'll look to the bench, I think, in them second, just because we need to, I think, make sure we rest a couple of players. Yes, the second change is going to be Rog to come on. We'll take off Insigne, give him a rest. Rog are going to play at centre attacking mid. He's not had much game time, so I think he's worth giving a shot at, obviously, that position behind HAMSIK. 9 minutes left, Pulisic going to come on, and we're going to take off Diawara, who's got himself a booking. HAMSIK will drop back now. Could have got himself a hat-trick, but hasn't quite managed to happen, unfortunately. But so close. Obviously, a great performance of him playing as our striker for most of this match. And we will now take off Diawara with a few minutes to go, just to protect him a little bit. Still yet to see a particularly great performance from Pulisic. Hopefully this could be his opportunity with 8 minutes to go. Coming inside here, looking for a shot, and hits the bar. Might have taken a deflection, but it hit the bar. That's the main thing. So close to a goal for him after a couple of minutes being on the pitch. Nearly happens again. Callahan will follow it up and just got challenged. And I think, I'm assuming anyway, that it wasn't a penalty, but it was certainly a close one. Marco Rui into Callahan, who comes inside. Now looked at Pulisic. It's a great pass. Pulisic has to make it 4, and he does. The substitute scores. And he's managed to do it. He's only been on the pitch, I think, 6 or 7 minutes. And he's got himself the goal, which will seal the game off for us. It was already over anyway, really. But it's great to see him get on the score sheets. He's not had too many minutes on the pitch recently, but he has proved to us that he can get a goal or two when he is on the field. So 4-0 now, and that should be it, really, for the game. That's a 4-0 victory. Great way to end off today's episode. Obviously, it's not been the most convincing of episodes, really. Obviously, the 2-0 win in the last game wasn't particularly convincing. The 2-2 draw against Torino wasn't great, but this one was much better. 4-0 victory here. Certainly the sort of result you'd expect from us, given the team that we've been putting out throughout the whole of today's episode as well. Good to see HAMSIK get on the score sheet a couple of times. He played really well as our striker, so pretty impressive from him. 18 shots, 13 on target, 0 on target from the opposition. So fully deserved to win, gets us 3 points. We will sim to the next day, and we'll see how Inter Milan gets on against Lazio. So we've gone level on points with them, so ideally a loss here would be great, but we'll wait and see exactly what does happen. Are they going to drop any points? Fingers crossed. Hopefully they do. It's against Lazio, and I'm surely doing okay. And they do. They lose as well. Okay. They lost 2-1. Wow. Okay, we've got very, very lucky there, because now we've got level on points with them to finish off today's episode, which is great news for us. Roma 5 points behind still, so they're not too far behind themselves, but we've got the exact same record as Inter Milan now. However, we have scored far more goals. Obviously, we conceded more, actually, as well, which I'm a bit surprised about. I suppose recently we have in the last game against Torino, in fact. But 35 goal difference is much better than theirs, so we should technically be on top. I don't know why we're not. Maybe they rank on something else, but very happy to now be level. Obviously an opportunity now next episode to try and overtake them if they were to drop more points. That is everything for today's episode though. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 75 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next episode of the Man City Career Mode. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.